Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की
जय.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय.
जय. गुरु महाराज की
जय.
जय. वीरेंद्रराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय.
जय. शिवगण कृष्णदास प्रभु जी की जय.
जय.
All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you all devotees once again for joining our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading morning session in English. Hare Krishna. So we will start with 33 today after reading 32 yesterday's class. 5 point chapter 18. 32 was the last verse which we read yesterday. So today we'll start with verse number 33. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudire. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Bhaktar Bhavati Nashtagi. Mukam karodi vachalam pangum langede girim yat kripadamakam vande paramananda madhavam Sri Gurum Dinadarinam Sri Chaitanyamesharam Ovajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalagaya Chashuru Milidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanyamanophishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadanti Sabhagandhiyam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sakana Devanadanidam Dam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadudam Parjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakana Lada Sri Vishakhanidamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagalpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Taptakanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanasude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nidinamine Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vachatya Deshadarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Devasivadi Girudava Swami Nidinamani Namacharya Vadaya Vidaya Gurudaya Gauri Gadana Nagari Nagari Giramataya Girudava Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Again, welcome all devotees for our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Hare Krishna. So now we will start with verse number 33. Okay, Prabhuji. Shona Prabhuji, start.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Please.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam. Yes. Yasmin Sankhyeya Visheshanama Rupakritau Kavibhihi Kalpideyam Sankhya Yaya Tattva Drishavaniyate Tasmai Nama Sankhya Nidarshanaya Te Iti. Yasminna Sankhyeya Visheshanama Rupakritau Kavibhihi Kalpideyam Sankhya Yaya Tattva Drishavaniyate Tasmai Nama Sankhya Nidarshanaya Te Iti. Hare Krishna. Translation purported by His Divine Grace Abhicharanadavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. O my Lord, your name, form, your form and bodily features are explained in countless forms. No one can determine exactly how many forms exist, yet you yourself in your incarnation as the learned scholar Kapila Deva have analyzed the cosmic manifestation as containing 24 elements. Therefore, if one is interested in Sankhya philosophy, by which one can enumerate the different truths, he must hear it from you. Unfortunately, non-devotees simply count the different elements and remain ignorant of your actual form. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Translation once more. O my Lord, your name, form, and bodily features are expanded in countless forms. No one can determine exactly how many forms exist, yet you yourself in your incarnation as the learned scholar Kapila Deva have analyzed the cosmic manifestation as containing 24 elements. Therefore, if one is interested in Sankhya philosophy, by which one can enumerate the different truths, he must hear it from you. Unfortunately, non-devotees simply count the different elements and remain ignorant of your actual form. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport. Philosophers and scientists have been trying to study the entire cosmic situation and have been theorizing and calculating in different ways for millions and millions of years. However, the speculative research work of so-called scientist or philosopher is always interrupted when he dies, and the laws of nature go on without regard for his work. For billions of years, changes take place in the material creation until at the last, the whole universe is dissolved and remains in an unmanifested state. Constant change and destruction, bhutva praliyate,
Praliyate.
praliyate is perpetually going on in nature, yet the material scientists want to study natural laws without knowing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the background of nature. As Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita 9.10, Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyadesa Chadacharam Hedunaneya Kaundeya Jagat Parivartate. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rules, this manifestation is created and annihilated and again and created and annihilated again and again. Now, the material creation is manifest. Eventually, it will be annihilated and remain for many millions of years in a dormant state, and finally, it will again be created. This is the law of nature. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Srimad Prabhu.
Pranam, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So we are actually continuing the prayers offered by the Lord of residents of Jambūdvīpa. So we have been discussing this for quite a number of days. So there are total 9 prayers because this Jambūdvīpa is having 9 tracts of land. So there are 9 prayers. So if you see in the 17th chapter, this first prayer was offered by prayer to Lord Sankrishna by Shiva in Varsha. That is the first prayer in the 17th chapter. Now we are currently in the 18th chapter. We are having 7 prayers here. 7 prayers beginning from, we discussed from the beginning, prayer to Haya Sirsha by Bhadrashrava, and prayers to Lord Narsimha, the second prayer by Prahlad Maharaj, prayers to Kamadeva by Lakshmi Devi in Ketumala Varsha, and prayers to Matsya by Vaivasvata Manu in Ramyaka Varsha, and prayers to Kurma, this is what we are discussing now, by Aryama in Hiranyaya Varsha. So this is the last verse in this prayers to Kurmadev, Lord Kurmadev. And then next verse onwards, we start from 34 to 39 is actually prayers to VARÄHADEVA by BHØMI in UTTARAKURU-VARŠA. So that will be the next verse. After that, we go to the next chapter, 19th chapter, descriptions of Jambūdvīpa, where there are 2 more prayers. So total 7 prayers here. No, 6 prayers here, 2 prayers in 19th chapter and 1 prayer in 17th chapter. So total 9 prayers offered by the inhabitants. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, any PPT is there? I want to stop this thing. I mean, to screen.
For prayers, Prabhu, no, there is no, actually, we don't have like any.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because prayers, it's we have the translation and purport, but we have this only the PPT describing the 9 tracts of land, like Jambūdvīpa, what are the 9 tracts of land, who are the inhabitants, who is the presiding deity. So that whole thing is the presiding deity, inhabitants, and the tract of land. These 3 will be, one slide will be there. Other than that, the description, the prayers itself is not having any slide.
Any slide.
Okay. Yeah. So we can remember that there are like 6 prayers in this chapter, and one prayer in the previous chapter, 17th chapter, and 2 prayers in the coming chapter in 19th, the descriptions of Jambūdvīpa. So today we are at the prayers offered by to Lord Kurma by Aryama in Hiranyaya Varsha, the last verse today, 33. So here the prayer is, it is offered to Lord Kurmadev. We already discussed yesterday in the class the avatar of the Lord's incarnation as Kurma avatar, how he became as a tortoise in order to give a support to the Mandara mountain to churn the Mandara, this milk ocean, so that they will get the Amrit, the nectar for the Devatas, so that they regain their strength. So the Lord taken this form. And today the prayer is, "Oh my Lord, your name, form, and bodily features are expanded in countless forms." So we know that Lord has innumerable names. Nam Akari Bauda Nija Sharma Shakti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang in Sichashtaka that there are innumerable names for the Lord. And every name of the Lord is powerful. And there are innumerable forms of the Lord. At least we know the Dasavatar form, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, Narasimha, like that. But there are innumerable forms and bodily features, all expanded into countless forms. So that means Anankya, means there is, you cannot count the forms.
Millions.
And no one can determine exactly how many forms exist. So Prabhupada always says that the Lord's avatar are asankhya, means countless, means you cannot count. It is like the waves in the sea, continuously it is there. But only the Dasavatar are the prominent ones. But there are every yuga, every millennium, there are like various avatar, Leela avatar, Guna avatar, Manvantara avatar, like that, Purusha avatar. So there are various kinds of avatars, which is countless. No one can determine exactly how many forms exist yet. But when you came as Lord Kapiladev, we know Lord Kapiladev is also an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is the son of Kardama Muni and Devahuti. So we already discussed that, how he given this Sankhya Yoga to his mother. That is Sankhya Yoga means, what is Sankhya Yoga means? It is analyzing this cosmic world. And it is how this cosmic world is, the ingredients of this constituent world. That is 24 elements. We already discussed many times, is 24 elements. That 5 Panchabhutas, then 5 sense objects, and then 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas, then mind, intelligence, and ego, false ego. So all these constitute these 24 elements. And then the soul is there. So the soul is entangled within these 24 elements. Therefore, if one is interested in the Sankhya philosophy, by which one can enumerate the different truths, he must hear it from you. So if anybody is actually interested to analyze, like the Jnana Yogis, they are very much interested into analyzing this material world. This is truth, this is false, like that. So that is part of Sankhya philosophy. So if somebody is interested, he must directly hear from the instructions of Kapiladev from Srimad Bhagavatam. But unfortunately, non-devotees, who are not devotees, simply count the different elements. So non-devotees includes all these philosophers, atheists, scientists, all are actually coming under this non-devotees. They simply count the different elements and remain ignorant of your actual form. The actual form of the Lord is the most beautiful form. We know the Shyamashundara form, but they are ignorant of that. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So the philosophical point is expressed very beautifully in this prayer. And Prabhupada gives an explanation for this translation so that we get more clarity, actually what is that actual message in this translation. So we'll go to Srila Prabhupada purport. Philosophers and scientists have been trying to study the entire cosmic situation. They have been theorizing and calculating in different ways for millions and billions of years. So here two things are very clearly described. In this purport, the ascending method of getting knowledge and the descending method of getting knowledge, especially with absolute truth. So the absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there are two ways to understand this knowledge. Now two ways you can say. One is the imperfect way. One is the descending way and the ascending way. The Srimad Bhagavatam is giving the knowledge about absolute truth in the descending way, means from the top to bottom. From Krishna to Brahma, Brahma to, like this is Narada Muni to Vyasadeva, like that. This is descending method from the top to bottom. So that is one kind of knowledge which is actually the scriptural. From the scriptures, Shastra, we get the descending knowledge, the authority, Shapta Praman. Other kind of knowledge is ascending knowledge. That is by Prataksha Praman, Anumana Praman. So we know that these are the three ways: Prataksha Praman, Anumana Praman, and Shapta Praman. So first two paragraphs, Krishna, Srila Prabhupada is explained about Prataksha Praman and Anumana Praman. Means directly interfering through our senses. Philosophers, what they are doing? They are trying to understand this cosmic nature. Even we are sending rockets to other planets to see whether there is water, whether there is life, how is the other planets looking like. But to manufacture a rocket, it takes so many millions of money, millions of dollars or millions of Indian rupees or whatever, just to make a rocket. And then you have to precisely launch that. Sometimes it may be successful, sometimes it may fall down into the sea. After going there, traveling for so many days, then it will collect some sample. By the time what happens, like this from the beginning of creation, philosophers and scientists, they are trying to understand this cosmic universe. This is called speculative research work. It's called ascending knowledge. Ascending knowledge means you try to understand by your own effort. But what happened on this process, the so-called scientist or philosopher is always interrupted. They are stopped when he dies. So he is doing this research, he is trying to do some, he is trying to get some knowledge. But while he is on this process, he suddenly leaves his body, because at a certain age we have to leave this body. But whether he is there alive or leaves, but the law of nature is going on without regard for his work. So as of now, we have developed so much technologically, still we do not know about the entire material creation. We know a little bit of here and there that we have some 9 planets around surrounding means in this galaxy, whatever in our present, this one. We have like this Mars, Mercury, Venus, like, but still we do not have any much knowledge We do not know. So that's what Prabhupada is writing. But whether we know or not, the world will function. Whether we are living here or whether we die, still the world will function. So nobody is very much important in this planet Earth. Nobody, whether we are there or whether we are, the world will keep on. Like in the company, they say, whether you are an employee, we think when we are working, we are a very important person. But as soon as we are sacked or we retire, the company is still running. There is other person replacing. Like that, the philosopher or scientist may think that we are doing so much research and we'll get so much knowledge. No. Whether he is alive or dead, the nature will work out, whether we know or we do not. So for billions of years, changes takes place in material creation until the universe is actually dissolved. That is actually reflected from Bhagavad Gita also. Bhutva bhutva praliyate means again and again this destruction is happened. Pralaya is happening. When it is happening, according to the Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand that when the Mahavishnu inhales, all the pralaya will take place. And there are 4 kinds of pralaya also. We know that during Brahma's one day, there is a type of pralaya. And there is Brahma's 100 years, there is a pralaya. So this destruction is going on again and again. Bhutva bhutva prayate. And material scientists, they want to study the natural laws without knowing there is a supreme personality of Godhead who is the background of nature. Prabhupada quotes this very famous Bhagavad Gita sloka where Krishna is saying, you are seeing the nature, but this nature is not independent. It is operating under my superintendence. Maya dakshena prakriti. My superintendent is there for the prakriti. Maya dakshena prakriti. Suyetecha saracharam. Hetunanena kaunteya jagat parivartate. So this material nature, translation of this verse, this material nature, whatever we are seeing in this world, this nature, we are saying this mother nature, is working under my direction. Maya dakshena prakriti. O son of Kunti. And it is producing all moving and non-unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is again created and also annihilated again and again. That's all bhutva bhutva. So this is again created and annihilated. This is called Shapta Praman. We accept the authority of Krishna as the ultimate authority. Yes, behind this creation, there is Supreme Lord who is actually directing this functioning of this material universe. This is our descending knowledge. But ascending knowledge, we keep on finding out, but we don't see. Sometimes we send to space and people see there is no God outside this space. So by that way, we cannot see God. But by descending knowledge, we understand, yes, if this world is functioning, fruits are coming, vegetables are coming, rain is coming, seasons are changing, there is definitely behind this creation, there is a creator. And under the direction of this creator, this creation is functioning. This is actually our descending knowledge, accepting from the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So one thing is there, Krishna created this world. God created this world, but he is in the background. That's why Prabhupada writing background of nature. Like in a movie, there is always a director in the background. But we do not know. Then unless they will declare that he is the director. Otherwise, we do not know who is the director. But based on the director, only the movie is taken. Similarly, this material nature is functioning. Behind this, there is a director who is Krishna himself. So the materialists try to see the nature and they fail to see the Krishna behind it. But a devotee, he puts Krishna in the front and he will put himself in the humble position in the background. So this is what a devotee will do. Like Prabhupada, he put Krishna in front. You know, when he established International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he never put his name like other spiritual society. It is always their name is there. But Prabhupada put Krishna in the front. So that is the duty of a devotee, that he always puts Krishna in the front. Anything good happens in his life, he will not tell it is because of my capability, my intelligence. No, he will tell it is because of Krishna's mercy. So whatever happens, he will always give the credit to Krishna. So that is the devotee, because the devotee is able to see Krishna's hand in everything. So that's why this sloka is very important, that we understand Maya dakshena pragati suyecheta saracharam. So this is descending knowledge, also called in Sanskrit as avaroha panta. So by which we take the Shapta Prama, the authority from the scriptures, Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, whereby we understand, even though we did not see Krishna, we understand that Krishna is behind this material creation, is directing all these things. And our responsibility is to be, we should be grateful to Krishna and we should try to love Krishna. So that is the important point here. And the last paragraph, now the material creation is manifest. Now at current stage, we will see that it is manifested in front of our eyes. But what happens? Now we are in Kali Yuga. After this end of Kali Yuga, 4,32,000 years, Eventually, it will be annihilated. After that, the whole creation will be wound up, annihilated, and remain for many millions of years in dormant state. It will be there in the Mahavishnu body. Now, all the Jivatmas will go back to the Mahavishnu body and it will be in the dormant state. Again, when Mahavishnu will exhale, after that, 311 trillion years, when Mahavishnu will exhale, then again creation will take place. And finally, it will be created again. This is the law of nature according to our scriptures. So this is happening again and again from time immemorial. Creation, annihilation, creation, annihilation. But every time when there is Kali Yuga, the technology will develop, and people in the Kali Yuga technology, they try to understand this, how these things are functioning, but they will always fail without proper knowledge because their life is temporary and also their senses are imperfect. We know that from scripture, all our senses are imperfect. Like we have to err, like they say, imperfect senses and to commit error and to cheat. Like there's four imperfections are there. So when we have imperfect senses, whatever knowledge we gain through the senses, eye, ear, nose, because they are imperfect, the knowledge we gain through the senses also will be imperfect, never be perfect. But whereas Shastra is actually given by the Supreme Lord, who is a perfect person. So this knowledge is actually considered to be perfect, whereas the knowledge we gained through these senses are considered to be imperfect and incomplete. So that's what we are understanding from this prayer. Hare Krishna. The devotees now, you want to share anything, your understanding or realization, please feel free to express that. Or if you have any doubts also, you can ask. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, it is very clear. This Avarahopanda and Arahopanda. So, what is the devotees? How we can understand this as a devotee? Right, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, we are able to hear you, Prabhu.
Yeah, also, yesterday we have discussed about this. Based on karma, we are getting. So, perspiration.
Four types, Prabhu.
Four types.
Jarayuja, Andaja, Svedaja, and
yeah. So perspiration in human. So also womb. Usually this we are from the womb, right? So here.
We are from the womb, Jarayuja.
Yeah, but here perspiration as per human. That's why that is.
It is written like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me open Prabhu. 32, right? 32.
Yeah, 32.
32 in the purport.
Yeah.
32 in the purport. Which line, Prabhu? The various different kinds of living entities coming from various sources are clearly described. Some are born from womb, and some and some like certain insects from human perspiration. Like that is actually said like some kinds of insects from human perspiration, like from human perspiration, virus, bacteria, like that. Bacteria. So Prabhupada used the word insects, but from our human perspiration they are born. Some are born from womb, that is one category, and some within the bracket like insects. We can tell like whatever, like bacteria or virus. From our human perspiration, no, from our perspiration, it's also like, it's having so many, this thing. That's why we wash our hands, every time before taking, means honoring prasad, because this through this perspiration there will be some kind of bacteria and virus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare
Krishna. And so in this thing, Prabhu, we have any devotees want to discuss? Thank you, Prabhu, Sadhana Shyam Prabhu, for giving your. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So we should always understand, even though we are not able to see Krishna now face to face because of our lack of qualification, we should know that this universe is not by chance. It is well orchestrated and it is functioning under the direction of the Supreme Lord. That's why we see exactly the seasons are changing at the same time. The sun is rising at the same time. Because if it is not by that arrangement, sun may not rise at the same time every day. And the rains, the cultivation, the crops, the vegetables, and whatever you see, this is going as per the law in a precise way. So all these things indicate by our common sense and logic, yes, there is a director or God behind that. And Krishna is declaring that it is under my direction, Maya Dakshin. This Prakriti is actually functioning under my superintendence.
Super.
It's a Karmana Deva Netrena. It's here.
Karmana Deva Netrena Jantur Deho. That is for that's by our karma we get different bodies.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, sir.
Shri Kumar Prabhu, if there is no further discussion, we can go to the next prayer. This is prayer
Yes.
to VarāHADEVA by
Yes.
BHØMI in UTTARAKURU-VARŠA. Prayer, seventh prayer is one.
So next, how many verses, Prabhuji?
This is 34 to 39, Prabhu. Complete up to the end. This is 34 to 39 is actually the prayer. So next verse actually, Prabhu, there is no translate purport. So we can just recite the verse and translation. Then we can go to the 35.
Okay, verse number 34. Yes. Who is reading? Somebody want to read, Radhaji?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, mother, please.
Page number 34. Uttareshu ja kurushu Bhagavan yajna purusha Kritavaraharoga Aste tam tu devi Haishapu Saha Gurubhir Asahilida Bhakti Yogeno Tavadi Imam cha Paramam Upanishad Avartayati. Uttareshu ja kurushu Bhagavan yajna purusha Kritavaraharoga Aste tam tu devi Haishapu Saha Gurubhir Asahilida Bhakti Yogenopathavati Imam cha Paramam Upanishad Avartayati. Translation. Hare Krishna.
Yes, ma'am.
Translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, Dear King, the Supreme Lord in his four incarnation, who accepts all sacrificial offerings, lives in the northern part of Jambūdvīpa. There, in the tract of land known as UTTARAKURU-VARŠA, Mother Earth and all the other inhabitants worship him with unfailing devotional service by repeatedly chanting the following Upanishadic mantra. Translation on small. Sukadeva Goswami said, Dear King, the Supreme Lord in his four incarnations, who accepts all sacrificial offerings, lives in the northern part of Jambūdvīpa. There, in the tract of land known as UTTARAKURU-VARŠA, Mother Earth and all other inhabitants worship him with unfailing devotional service by repeatedly chanting the following Upanishadic mantra. Hare Krishna.
So Prabhuji will go read
Next
the
verse.
next one
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gita Mataji continuing or somebody else want to read? Verse number 35. Continue, Gita Mataji.
I will continue. Om Namo Bhagavate Mantra Tattvaliнгaya Yajnakrave Mahatvaravayaya Mahapurushaya Nama Karma Shuklaya Triyugaya Namaste. Om Namo Bhagavate Mantra Tattvaliнгaya Yajnakrave Mahatvaravayaya Mahapurushaya Nama Karma Shuklaya Triyugaya Namaste. Translation. O Lord, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you as the gigantic praises. Simply by chanting mantra, we shall be able to understand you fully. You are yajna, sacrifice, and you are the kratu, ritual. Therefore, all the ritualistic ceremonies of the sacrifice are part of your transcendental body, and you are the only enjoyer of all sacrifices. Your form is composed of transcendental goodness. You are known as Sri Yuga because in Kali Yuga you appeared as a concealed incarnation, and because you always fully possess the three pairs of opulences. Translation once more. O Lord, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you as the gigantic person. Simply by chanting mantras, we shall be able to understand you fully. You are yajna, sacrifice, and you are the Sadhu, ritual. Therefore, all the ritualistic ceremonies of sacrifice are part of your transcendental body, and you are the only enjoyer of all sacrifices. Your form is composed of transcendental goodness. You are known as Sri Yuga because in Kali Yuga you appeared as a concealed incarnation, and because you always fully possess the three pairs of opulences. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of this age of Kali, as confirmed in many places throughout the Puranas, the Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the Upanishad. The summary of his appearance is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 6.99 as follows. Kaliyuge Leelavatara na kare Bhagavan Adayeva Triyuga Kari Kahitara Nama. In this age of Kali, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, does not appear as a Leelavatara, an incarnation to display pastimes. Therefore, he is known as Sri Yuga. Unlike other incarnations, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in this age of Kali as a devotee of the Lord. Therefore, he is called concealed incarnation. Channavatara. Channavatara.
Thank you, Mother.
Hare Krishna. So we are now entering into next prayer to Lord Varahadev by BHÖMI in UTTARAKURU-VARŠA. So this is the last prayer in this chapter. So we already discussed. We all know about Lord Varahadev, a special incarnation of the Lord in the form of a boar to kill Hiranyaksha, brother of Hiranyakashipu, because he made a fight and he put the earth into into the ocean. So the Lord taken this specific form so that he can actually rescue this planet from the bottom of the ocean. So you can see that Varahadev on his tusk, you can see he is holding the earth. So very nice avatar, and the Lord, it said that in the scripture, he is taking even the form of a boar. Normally, materialistically, boar is not very beautiful, but when the Lord taken the boar form, he was looking so shining and so beautiful. The Lord, he takes any form, he's always beautiful. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govinda Mahadi Purusham Tamam. The Lord takes any form, he's always mesmerizing and so beautiful. So here, the Mother Earth, you can see that BHÖMI, we can see you're offering prayers. And especially this verse is very, very important, because this is actually a mantra again. You see 34, already said that the following Punishadik mantra. So this is again a mantra where Om Namo Bhagavate Mantra Tattva Lingaya. So Mantra Tattva Lingaya means one who is known in truth by chanting mantras. So we are also chanting the Maha Mantra. So by chanting the Maha Mantra, here it is said that is known, the Lord is known in truth by chanting the mantras. That means by repeatedly chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we can also know the Lord. So that is the power of mantra. So that is one specific thing. And also it is said that Yajna Kritave is sacrifice and ritual. And also Mahadvara Avavaya has great sacrifices as his limbs. And Mahapurushaya is a supreme person. And also it is said that he is in the transcendental goodness, that is in Suddha Sattva. He is in Suddha Sattva. We always know that the Lord is not in Sattva. This material world is three gunas are there, but the Lord is above the three gunas. He is in Suddha Sattva. And purifies the fruity activities of the living entities. Karma, Suklaya. Suklaya means when we are actually connecting our fruity activities to the Lord, he will purify that without any sinful reactions. And the important thing here is actually Tri Yugaya means many times people are confused, because we know that Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge. We know the Lord comes in every Yuga. That's what Krishna says. But here it is said as Tri Yugaya. That's why Prabhupada is explaining why it is called as Tri Yugaya. This translation will read, O Lord, we offer our respectful obeisances to you as a gigantic person. Simply by chanting mantras, we shall be able to understand you fully. That's what we are doing every day. We are chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We shall be able to understand you fully. You are Yajna sacrifice and you are Kratu ritual. Therefore, all the ritualistic ceremonies of the sacrifice are part of your transcendental body. Because the Lord is not called as Yajna Purusha. Means he is the enjoyer of all our sacrifices. Yajna Purusha. And you are the only enjoyer of all sacrifices. Bhoktaram, Yajna Tapasam, Krishna says, is the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Your form is composed of transcendental goodness, that is Shuddha Sattva. You are known as Triyuga. Triyuga means, because in Kali Yuga, you appeared as a concealed incarnation, Channavatar. Channavatar means hidden avatar. And because you always fully possess the three pairs of, and also one more Triyuga is also you always possess the three pairs of affluences. Three pairs of affluences means it's 6 is actually considered as three pairs of affluences. Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Virasya, Shriya, Jnana, Vairagya. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada is writing in the purport, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an incarnation for this age of Kali. So we should know we are very, very fortunate. We are in the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we know the identity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whereas other people, they do not know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an incarnation. Many people think he is a pure devotee of the Lord. Everybody in the other Sampradaya, most of them, they think that he is a big saint who actually propagated the movement of bhakti, devotional service. But actually, the followers in the Vaishnava tradition, especially in the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, because even sometimes other Vaishnava tradition, they fail to recognize the position of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We know we have 4 Sampradayas, Vaishnava Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, and Brahma Sampradaya. We know that 4 Sampradayas are there, Rudra Sampradaya. So in that 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, especially the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, they are very much aware of this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's position as an incarnation in the age of Kali, not by kind of any imagination or special consideration. No. Prabhupada as confirmed in many places through the Puranas, the Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the Upanishad. So Prabhupada is saying that at many places, even we know that when we are chanting this Mahabharata Vishnu Sahasranam, we are also saying that we are reciting that famous thing that where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that said that he comes in the form of, anybody remembers that verse from Vishnu Sahasranam? Suvarna Varna
Hemango, yeah.
Varna Hemango.
Yes. So then Mahabharata also in Vishnu Sahasranam it is there. And Srimad Bhagavatam, many places, this here also the current verse is speaking about the Triyuga. And also we know that very famous verse which is chanted for the identity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That what is that verse? Actually, we say that Sango Pangastra Pashadam, Yajnai Sankirtana Praya. Yajnai Sankirtana Praya, Yajanti Sumedha Shaha. What is the beginning of the
Krishna
Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishna Sango Pangastra. Thank you, Mother. So there also it is said that the Lord comes with his associates, with but he will not be, it's like only intelligent people will worship him as a supreme Lord. So like that it is there. And specifically the Lord came in this age for propagating. We know there are 2 reasons, external reason and internal reason. One is to spread the Yuga Dharma of chanting the congregational chanting of the holy name. And again, internal reasons, there are reasons that the Lord want to taste the mellow of a devotee. So it is Srimati, he taken the golden form of the Srimati Radharani, but the Lord actually is non-different from Krishna. So many times Prabhupada very specifically said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna. There is no difference between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna except the mood. Except the mood is actually in the form of a devotion. Otherwise, there is no difference between Lord Krishna and Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. So that is what Prabhupada is explaining here, Srimad Bhagavatam and Upanishad. Also, there are many references. Upanishad, there is a separate article where in the Upanishads, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation is specified, Bhagavatam, Mahabharata. There's a big article highlighting where are the places Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's avatar is predicted. So that is there. And the summary of his appearance is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 6.99 as follows. Kali Yuge Leela Avatara. So in Kali Yuga, Leela Avatara na kare Bhagavan. So the Lord does not appear as Leela Avatara to display any pastime. Like Krishna, we know he appeared, he did lot of, he's actually part of Leela Avatar. So there is like 6 kind of avatars. Manvantara Avatar, every Manu period, the Lord comes. Then Guna Avatar, and also Purusha Avatar, and then Leela Avatar. And what are the 2 more avatars we have? Manvantara Avatar, Yuga Avatar, Leela Avatar, Purusha Avatar, Guna Avatar, and Shakti Vesha Avatar. So the Lord comes in any of one category. This is any kind of avatar. But here in the Kali Yuga, he does not appear as a Leela Avatar. An incarnation to display pastime. Leela Avatar means displaying various pastimes. Like Krishna, whole 10th canto is about so many Leelas. He lifted the Govardhan hill. Leela means amazing pastimes. So here he did not display any such Leelas, specifically like how the Supreme Lord will perform pastimes, not in that way. Therefore, he is known as Tri Yuga. So the Lord's one more name is also called as Tri Yuga because unlike other incarnations, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in the age of Kali as a devotee of the Lord because he is concealed in this for Kali Yuga, because we have Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. The Lord comes in every Yuga, but in Kali Yuga, he comes in a hidden form. That's why one of the way the Lord is called is as Tri Yuga. Therefore, he is called as concealed incarnation. It is called as Channavatar. So Channavatar means hidden incarnation. So we are actually very fortunate that we are able to identify, we are able to connect to the shelter of lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because we are associated with this sampradaya. So that we have to utilize the opportunity. And also it is said that Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come only every yuga one time, and it is this specifically this Dwapara Yuga, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna comes down, and the original personality Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also come down 500 years before. Other yugas, either their expansions only will come, not personally they will not come. So it is that we are in Brahma's one day. You have to understand, Brahma's one day is actually 1000 Chaturyugas. 1000 Chaturyugas makes Brahma's one day. So that means all the yuga, different expansions of the Lord will come. But at the end of Brahma's one day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his original form will come down. Lord Krishna also in his original form will come down. So the Acharyas say that this Dwapara Yuga and the Kali Yuga, we are very fortunate that Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, he descended in this Yuga. And just 500 years before, Swayam Bhagavan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also descended. So in that way, we are considered to be very fortunate that we are very close in the timeline with the appearance of the Supreme Lord. So that is the understanding which is offered by the prayers to Lord VARÄHADEVA by Mother BHÖMI. And we can also go, I think now already 10:28. So 36, we can continue tomorrow. 36 to 37, especially the Bhakti is glorified. Only by Bhakti, the Lord reveals himself. So that is 36, 37. We can see that. 36. Okay, so that we can maybe discuss tomorrow. Is it okay, Babu? Shri Kumar Prabhu? Now devotees, they want to give some references from Upanishad or Srimad Bhagavatam. We already discussed something. You want to add points on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his glories. You are most welcome to present it so that others also get the awareness. Or if you have any doubts also, you can please ask. Hare Krishna. So, thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, tomorrow we have Bhagavatam class. Tomorrow we have
Yeah,
64.
Mother, yeah. We have special program today for the New Year. So we'll be chanting 64 rounds. So most of us will not be available because morning the program starts at 6 o'clock with the Mangalarati, and then it will continue up to 3 p.m. So maybe most of them who are in Kanyadesh maybe will not be able to attend. So Sri Kumar Prabhu, you can decide whether you want to continue tomorrow. One thing is there, New Year, it is good to read Bhagavatam also. So if you want to continue, you can continue also, but with local devotees there. Or what we ought to do, you can decide.
It's better chanting session as it is there. So
yes, okay. Then you can also join from there, whatever 64 rounds chanting session. Then we can resume it on, resume Srimad Bhagavatam on Tuesday.
Just inform Sudarshan Prabhuji also.
Yeah, I will do that, Prabhu. I'll pass it.
Prabhuji also will be busy. So I think Sarvada Mataji, everybody will be busy. Mataji, anything to say? I mean, Sarvada Mataji, Hima Mataji. I think.
Haresh Prabhuji, Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class as usual.
Thanks,
Yes.
Mataji.
No, Mataji. So tomorrow we will have the the whole chanting session. So I think.
No, it is not possible, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
It is not possible tomorrow to.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So our next regular Nityam Bhagavata
Day
will.
after tomorrow.
Yeah, day after tomorrow. Continue. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay.
So we'll inform Sudarshan Vasudev Prabhuji. So Prabhuji will send a small note in the group. So,
Yes.
okay. Hare Krishna. Okay, anything to add about Chaitanya Charitamrita, Himati Mataji?
Mataji knows very good about Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhu. Nothing to add, Prabhu. Nothing. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the
Hare Krishna.
wonderful class, Prabhu.